Well, look who decided to come back. In part 1, you saw the first initial stages of my chapel maroon hats for Laneway, so I now present to you part 2. Thank you for returning to this very tedious journey. Picking up from where we left off last time is day 5. Now by now I actually do know what I am doing. I have a vision and I am copying the other hat. However, I once again struggled with this glue. Not only with the glue, but my cat as well. As I pulled each gem out, they needed to be turned over, and Gracie decided that it was her favourite game, until she decided to suss out the other hat and give her approval. Thanks, Gracie. By now, both hats were at the exact same stage. I had spent hours on these hats and decided that it still wasn't enough. Something more was needed. I also want to point out that nothing was measured, everything was indeed eyeballed. So were things slightly off center? Yes, but does it matter? No, because you're not going to look at it that hard. Plus, everyone at the festival is either going to be drunk or high and no one's going to notice. So that works out pretty well for me. Now, this is the last day and I finally decided to wear a face mask, which would have saved me my coughing fits and my lungs. I've had to have done that from the start. So if you ever use this glue, please do wear a face mask. Throughout this whole process, my windows were open and I did have a fan going, but I would still recommend wearing a face mask. Now, it still looked too bare, so I decided to cover every single space in a rhinestone. Just dotted around to make it more sparkly. And this was done randomly on both hats and also took an ungodly amount of time. But it is by now that I am finally finished with this project and I could not be happier with how the hats turned out. I also have a lot of materials left over, so I won't be surprised if I bedazzle something. I can assure you that the hats did survive their laneway journey. From being on my head to the back of my neck, people knocking them, being on the ground as we were eating, surviving all methods of transportation, these hats pulled through, and they pulled through for Pink Pony Club.